Alrighty, and welcome back guys and girls to another Dead by Daylight killer tutorial. Today we are going to do a rework on what has proved to be my most popular guide to date, and that is For the Doctor. A lot of you have checked out my Doctor video, and that is pleasing to see. However, the video is very poor quality. It was one of my first guides I'd done, and to be honest, I don't think it was a very watchable video, so I decided to rework it, and hopefully if you are new, then you will have a better experience watching this one, and if you did get here from watching the first version, then I promise you guys this will be better for you, so stay tuned. Alright, so the Doctor, a killer that divides opinions. He's hated by most survivors and generally seen as annoying. However, this was the first killer that I really improved with and helped me initially get to the red ranks. His abilities I find is perfect for any new killer, whether you be new to the game or just generally new to killer in general, because his powers will help you with some of the key killer skills you will need, and I've found his powers helped me a lot whilst I adapted. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit, so let's have a look at the Doc. The Doctor is from the Spark of Madness chapter and has been a regular at DBD for quite a while now. He comes with Feng Min, so if you decide to buy the chapter, she has some interesting perks, but that's for another video. The Doctor is a tall killer and has movement speed of 115% or 4.6 meters per second. He has a terror radius of 32 meters. He has powers and perks that can help you alter the game in your favor, so let's dive in and take a look at these. Right, so we're going to take a look at the Doctor's perks. As always, the killer has 3 teachable perks. These 3 perks are Overwhelming Presence, Monitoring Abuse and Overcharge. Overwhelming Presence is a perk that will help you overcome survivor items, so anyone in your terror radius will have their consumption of items used up by 80, 90, 100%. So basically they lose their efficiency and use the items up quickly. Monitoring Abuse is a good perk. It's so transferable. You will see other killers in the Dead by Daylight roster using it, and you will see a lot of people putting it on other killers, especially the ones with the smaller terror radius. So what does Monitoring Abuse do? So this will allow your terror radius to decrease by 8 meters whilst you are looking for survivors, and increase your terror radius by 8 when you are in a chase. Now you can see why this proves popular with the lower terror radius killers. Monitoring Abuse also increases your field of view by 3, 5 or 10 degrees. Depending on what style you want to play with in your Doctor game, this could either be hit and miss. I like it matched up with different perks, but let's talk about that in the recommended perk section. The Doctor's last teachable is called Overcharge. Overcharge is activated on a generator when you damage it, and the next survivor to go on that gen will face a difficult skill check. If the survivor misses a skill check, then the gen is regressed further with a 3, 4 or 5% penalty. Now part of the Doctor's powers is getting survivors in a state of madness, and there are different ways that this affects the survivors, but skill checks is one of them. So having a survivor in a high level of madness, don't worry, we're going to be speaking about madness soon, with Overcharge does make things extremely tricky for the survivor. Let's look at the Doctor's powers now. So the Doctor's powers are all about inflicting madness on the survivors and making themselves known across the map. I touched upon it earlier and believe for new players the Doctor is a good starting point because he has locating abilities, loop shortening abilities and just general game slowdown in his arsenal. So let's talk about his powers first. The Doctor has 2 powers, and this is a Static Blast and Shock Therapy. What do they do, I hear you say? So Static Blast first. Pressing the ability button will see the Doctor charge up a Static Blast. Once released, this Static Blast will go right through any survivor that is in the Doctor's terror radius and make them scream, revealing their location and also pushing the survivor up a level on madness. The Static Blast does also make the survivor interrupt what they are doing whilst they go through the animation and scream, but hold that thought because there is an excellent perk that helps you take advantage of this. The Static Blast as standard is recharged every 60 seconds and has a charge time of 2 seconds. His next power is called Shock Therapy, and this is more of a range attack. The Shock Therapy sends out a blast in front of the Doctor, and if this touches a survivor, this is going to inflict 0.5 madness on them. However, the main part of this is a survivor will not be able to do any actions such as vault or drop pallets, and this will affect the survivor for 2 seconds. So basically you have the Static Blast that will locate a survivor and the Shock Therapy that will stop the survivors taking advantage of loops. This is why I highly recommend a Doctor for new killers, because these 2 things can prove vital in your quest for kills. A few stats about the shock therapy, because it can be tricky to get used to them, but this has a default range of 10 meters. It has a default charge time of 1 second, and when you are charging up, it will reduce your speed from 4.6 meters per second to 3.08. So if you're not getting the range and the timing right, then you can actually be extending the loop, so get some practice in with this one. The shock therapy also has a detonation delay of 1 second in between the visual effect and the effect to hit the survivor. Once you have successfully hit a shock therapy, there is a power and attack cooldown of 1.5 seconds. So hopefully now you understand a bit about his abilities, so let's talk about madness levels. I see this question get asked a lot and some people don't know what it means. I believe that once you know what you are doing with this and you understand how the powers work, you could be a truly formidable killer. So the madness level is a state introduced to the game with the Doctor. Madness has 3 tier levels, and besides level 3 you cannot drop once you have reached level 1 and 2. Once you are in tier 3 you can snap out of it, and that's going to drop you back down to level 1. Make sense? How do you get survivors into the different madness states? Well, simply by using your powers. If you hit a survivor with a shock therapy, then that will give you 0.5 madness points, and static blast will give you 1 whole madness points. Madness is split into 3 tiers, so let me explain the tiers for you. So if you are in tier 1, this requires a survivor getting 1 madness point. The survivor will scream, giving the Doctor both an audio and visual cue. The survivor meanwhile will have a 33% chance of getting a madness skill check, which is simply the skill check on a generator, for example, could appear anywhere on the screen, and also the skill check could be going the other way around, so making it a little bit tricky. Next up is tier 2. This requires the survivors to get 2 madness points. The survivor will once again scream, and the chances of getting a madness skill check goes up to 66%. The survivor will now also see a hallucination of the Doctor whilst they play. Now these hallucinations can't be seen by the killer unless the killer uses certain add-ons. So if they do have them add-ons, you are going to give your location away to alert the Doctor. Tier 3, you guessed it, requires 3 madness points, and again the survivor is going to scream once they tier up. They will increase their chance of madness skill checks to 100%, but this is only for the snap out of it mode, because any survivor in tier 3 won't be able to repair gens, sabo hooks, search chest, heal themselves or others, cleanse totems or use their items. Survivors will also see the hallucination of the Doctor, but this time, regardless if the Doctor has the add-on or not, these hallucinations will appear to the Doctor and will alert him to your whereabouts if he sees them. If a survivor starts to snap out of it, this is going to take them 12 seconds and also will put the survivors back to madness level 1. Alright, so we've discussed the powers, we've discussed the madness. However, how do we use these powers? So how are you going to utilise them to get the best out of the killer? Let's discuss the best way to use static blast. This is simply a wait till you believe you are covering an area where the survivors might be and using this to pinpoint their location. Spamming this every 60 seconds might not be the best of ideas. However, if I'm up against some survivor friends or flashlighters, or maybe in between a pallet waiting to pick up a survivor, you can also utilise this to make sure no one is coming to make a save. So a bit like how infectious fright works, Alerty, you can use that after you've downed a survivor and it will tell you who's around. Don't forget, if you have a survivor on level 2 and you get them to madness level 3 with a static blast, then you are making sure that a survivor can't use any items such as a flashlight or sabo hook until they have snapped out of it. The reason why I say the Doctor is good for beginners is because of his ability to locate survivors, making it easy to go from target to target and saving you a lot of dead time searching. Just remember, any survivor that is within your terror radius will be affected by this blast. The survivors do have an answer to this, so they can hide in lockers and negate this power. However, there's only so many available lockers in the map, and if they're in lockers, they're not doing gens. The shock therapy is going to be tricky to start off with, but remember the timings I've discussed. You don't want to hit the survivors too soon into a loop because the effects will wear off by the time they get to a pallet or window, so get the timing right and try to anticipate the direction the survivors are going to be running to. Now, the good survivors should be dropping pallets early. A mistake that I see even from the best of survivors is a try to loop the Doctor like any other killer, and this doesn't work. This is why he can be seen as annoying. Don't forget the basic principles of killer and don't chase for too long. If the survivor gets to the pallet, break the pallet and maybe consider switching targets or applying the pressure to the gens. But like I said, guys, one mistake I do see a lot is people who play as doctor, and this is what good survivors will take advantage of. They'll see them spamming the shock therapy. You are slowing down in speed so you can make that loop longer, and they're not hitting the timings right. So you want to hit the timing as they're coming around to the pallet or windows. Let's discuss the doctor's add-ons. He has a range of add-ons that are split into various different categories. If you want your range for shock therapy to increase, then go for some of these. If you are struggling to hit the shock therapies, then use these add-ons to change your shock therapy from a line to a cone to give you a better chance of hitting the survivors. Still struggling with your shock therapy, then use this to show you where your shock therapy will hit. If you're wanting to use add-ons that's going to add more value to your madness, so survivors will scream more, which will in turn alert you, they will suffer more from illusions, then use some of these add-ons. If you are still struggling to find survivors, even with all the doctor's powers at your disposal, then add these add-ons on. These will make sure you can see your illusionary doctor auras and pinpoint the survivor's location. A quick note on the doctor's illusionary aura is that he will be looking in the direction of the survivors, so it's going to give you a great idea of where they are. Now, these last add-ons will ensure that you can see a survivor's aura when they go up a madness level and have illusions of pallets appear in the map, which will then disappear when the survivor gets near to them. Hopefully by then the damage is done though. Alright, so like my hack guide, I've decided to follow the same format because recommended builds relies on your playstyle, but I will go through some of the best perks to use on a doctor and the reasons you can incorporate them in your build as you please. The first one I'm going to recommend is called Thrilling Tremors. This is a Ghostface Teachable and is extremely effective on the doctor. You down a survivor and you want to make sure you can block the generators whilst you hook the survivor, then adding this perk will allow you to quickly set off a nice static blast. This is going to force the survivors to momentarily scream and stop their repairs. Then you can swiftly pick up the down survivor. Thrilling Tremors will then block that generator. The time that a generator is blocked will certainly help you buy some own time for yourself to hook and go back and be a menace to those survivors. Pop Goes the Weasel is the next perk, and honestly I can't stress enough how much this perk can make or break your game. If you double it up with Thrilling, then this will allow you to hook the survivor safe in the knowledge that the gen is locked, and you can then head over there and regress it by 25% with one swift kick. Whispers is another perk that I would recommend on a doctor, especially if you are new to him, and the reason is the static blast is a useful power to have with a doctor to locate survivors, but if you fire it up in the wrong locations you're not going to get any value. Whispers is a perk that activates when a survivor is within 32 meters of you, so this perk will activate, you will then send out a static blast. That is going to not only to help you pinpoint more where the survivors are, but it's also going to push them up one madness level as well and start your hunt that little bit quicker. They are just some of the standard perks that I would use with a doctor, but of course there is a few others that really help you in the quest for kills anyway. If you want to make life a little bit difficult, you might use Huntress Lullaby. The Doctor's Madness will already make sure the skill checks are a little bit more tricky, however throw in some Huntress Lullaby to that and you will have yourself a near on impossible skill checks for the survivors to contend with. Overcharge is another doctor perk that affects the gens once you have kicked them. The next skill check will be on the small side and will regress the gen even further, and also it's going to send you a nice alert so you know what's going on around. This is also part of making life difficult for them, so as well as having a small skill check, if they're up the madness levels of increasing the chance of making that difficult. Distressing is another that can be handy on a doctor. This is going to increase your terror radius. However, because the static blast is linked to your terror radius, you can then increase this by getting much bigger use of the blast, and maybe a nice perk to have for beginners especially. It's up to you if you'd like to use that. As I say, these are only recommendations. One thing I will mention is obviously out of the two I would use Whispers, but it is a perk that I have seen working on there. Naturally, you've got all your standard meta perks that can work well with a doctor, your tinkerers, your sloppy butchers, your save the best for last, your barbecue, etc, etc, but hopefully the above will give you some ideas of what can work well with him. Hope all that makes sense, guys, and if you have any questions about anything on this guide, if you agree, disagree, you want to tell me how you've improved, you want to tell me that your wife or your husband's left you due to all the hours you've put in DBD, as always, drop the comments below or join my Discord and we can chat about it. As always, I'm going to leave you with the gameplay. So this is me playing as a doctor. Hopefully I can show you some of the things that I've explained on the video, and like I said before, I do get grief if I don't put a video on the end, so enjoy, guys. I'm going to switch over to commentary, so let's do this. Alright, so Badham Preschool, they've picked this as well. That's not a good sign, not a good sign whatsoever. So right, another there. Let's see if who else is around. So there's one there, one there. I'm going to pretend I haven't seen her. I'm going to pretend I'm breaking this. Nope, I'm coming for you, Claudette. Right, alright, good potato plates there. Get rid of this. Where's she going? Where's she going? So hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate some of the doctor's powers. So I missed with that. 10 meters is the range. Right, I've got her here, so I'll get a hit. You can't hang around loops when you're playing against the doctor. I can't get this blast off. She might have life. Let's see, she doesn't have light. I'm presuming she's going to go straight right here to the other one. So, see if she tries to play this loop the same. So, I got her there. And that was... yeah. Alright. I've already used my stack glass, so I can't use it, so I'm going to risk it. Right, I can see that gen at the top. 2 people on it at least. And it's probably going to go off any second now. I'll see if I can get there, though. No. It is a bit out of the way, so I'm not too... about that. Right, let's see where they are. So both of them running right. We've got a Dwight. Is it a Dwight? I think it's a Dwight. Yep, I see you. Alright, let's see how he does with a shack. I'm trying to block him jumping through the window. He hasn't fell for it. Right. Alright. Nah. So he's playing this well. This is how he should be playing against it. Just get distance so you don't get hit by the range. Going through the window. I get the hit here. Now I want pallet. I want the pallet. So I can see he's playing it well. I don't want to waste too much of my time with him. There we go. Thank you very much, Dwight. Break that and leave him. Oh, Claudette, I'm stood right in front of you. So she gets a little smack there. You can see the illusionary doctor, so I know there's someone over there. I'm presuming they're probably healing or something. See if we can pinpoint the location. So 2 over here. Any of them injured? Oh, she's back on this gen. Right, she's determined to do this gen, and she's just screaming to let me know she's there. Claudette. Bang. Alright. Are you going to go for that loop, Claudette? Was that the same one as the last one I hooked? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Right, she's learnt a lesson. She's not going to loop. You can play loops against the doctor. You just have to drop the pallets quickly and not really camp them like how she has done. Right. She's got dead-eyed. She's waited a while to set that off, but she goes down here. Now normally when I use dead-eyed like that, it just... come on. When I use dead-eyed like that, I'm usually exhausted on the floor, but she waited it out. She waited it out quite a while there, so well played, right. Oh, Dwight, we're not doing this, are we? Oh my days, game, come on. Right, I got a hit on him here. Nice attempt at a 360. He's gone upstairs. Right, they're both up here. I got them injured. A bit of grief that I'm going to use pop on here. Give them a little time. Right, let's have a look. So, one there. Follow the scratch marks. Someone's... I think Claudia's still around there. 2 people on gens. Oh, no. No, definitely that far gen's being worked on. This gen's being worked on, so let's... keep getting stuck. I'm getting fat shamed as a doctor. Right. Okay, I should hopefully be able to show you this in action. Right, that was too soon, but he's blocked now. Oh my days, game. Right. You're not going to get that down, unfortunately, Dwight. You haven't got dead eyes. Oh my god. Oh. Right. Okay, yeah, he's going to put that down. That is the correct way to play it. So Dwight's alright. Dwight's alright. Right, is he going to vault it? Yeah. Down you go. That far gen got done by the sounds of things. Hopefully I've blocked the gen off anyway. Oh, Shack's being worked on. Right, so we'll get him on here. And off we go. Do I make this? Claudette, she's got sprint burst, yeah. Oh, she's played that totally wrong. Right, she's not going for an exchange, is she? Is she going to finally put that pallet down? No. Well done. She makes this, I think. No. Right. Before I pick her up, let's just see where everyone else is. Miles away. Claudette, come here. I know they're there. I'm hoping she's still there. I've seen her. Right. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And off you go. I didn't have thrill in that time, so... But that gen's still getting worked on. This one here is being worked on. I think they know they're in danger of 3 genning themselves. Dwight? Oh, he's only just come off a hook, hasn't he? Oh, he's having a nightmare snapping out of it. Got Deadard, don't forget. Right. Down he goes. I'm not going to pick him up. I'm going to concentrate on this gen over here. See where they all are. Right, one on this gen, one in the middle. Claudette, I've seen you. I've seen you. Right, let's see. Let's see if we can block you. Right. Oh, there's no window there anyway. Alright, sometimes that window's open, so try to preempt that, but it's not open anyway. Right. Where'd she go? Oh yeah, got you. Got you, Claudette. She's going to go downstairs. Going downstairs would be a wise move. I'm not going to chase you downstairs. Right. Okay. Down she goes. Get thrill and tremor. I want a generator blocked. So yeah, these guys are going to 3-gen themselves. Sprint burst, drop. Well played. Because I'm going to spend most of my time here, no point even leaving that pallet up. It is a quite an unsafe pallet, I think, so... Oh, seeing you there, Claudette. Trying to be sneaky. There's Dwight again. Which way are you going to go, Dwight? Turn back? Oh, he's went out there. Right, he's just holding W, that's it. How? I'll make this, so I'll make this. Right. Let him go. Let's chase him. Let's see. Oh, is that someone there? No. Right, he's got distance now, but he's gone up. Oh. It's the same Claudette again. Is it the same one? She just keeps running into me. There no luck. Yep. They're all here. Get this here. Yep. Remember about your dead ad. And hit the other pallet. That's unfortunate. Right. Now I need to get them off that gen. There was at least one of them on the gen. Yeah. And that's a gen block. So that's what I was saying in regards to the Doctor. Thrill and Tremors works really well on him for that reason. And now the gen's blocked. I can go to it with Pop. And there's someone around here. Gone in there. You know what? I'm going to kick this first. There's someone there. The Illusion Doctor's just appeared. But I've just regressed that gem by 25%. And I've just seen someone around here. Get the hit. Right. I'm going to commit to this. No, I'm not. So she's got sprint burst, but she just ran straight past me. A bit of a waste there. Right. Let's commit to something here. Let's commit. Get her out of the game. She's gone downstairs. Oh, she's gone in that locker. Game. Right. Yeah, I am feeling a bit aggrieved. Went for the grab. The game took that off. And then obviously whiffed badly. Right. Got her in the end now. Let's get her hooked up. Right. Doing that far gen over there. That's probably too far. I'll see if... No. Just about to say I'll see if I can get there, but... No. Right. Use Pop on this. They're in serious trouble, these guys. Right, oh, hello Claudette. It's going to be a trade. That was unfortunate. I hate is she going to trade? I admire that, but foolish. Foolish. I like good team play. Right. Get her up. That's not a death hook, so that's fine. Do we commit to Dwight here? Yeah. He's going downstairs. There's going to be a pallet here. I'm going to see if I can swim. Yeah. That was a bit of bad play by him there. Oh, look, teleporting body again. Right. Oh, and she's give away a location. That is unfortunate. Right. And the Illusion Doctor is also giving away a location, so all's good. And it appeared again. Right. This is unfortunate for you, Claudette. I believe you're around here, are you? Yeah. Right, let's see how she does here. Drop it. She's going to drop it straight away, surely. Oh, I missed. I missed. Right. She has to go around. She can't vault it. There's not much she can do here. Yeah. And that is the end of that. So hopefully I've showed you a few things on there that will put into perspective what I said in the guide before. Like I said, guys, I'm hoping this guide certainly looks a lot better than the last one I did for the Doctor. So yeah, like I said, it was proved to be my most popular video. So hopefully you will get some use out of this. So, alright, 2 pips as well. Alright, so if you did like the video, guys, give it a quick like. If you're not already subscribed, please feel free to press that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you will be alerted when I release any more new videos. Alright, thanks guys.